Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Manuel, I'm Commissioner McLaughlin, and I was alerted from the pretrial electronic monitoring staff that they were having an issue with the installation of the monitoring device in your case. So I'm going to recall your case. I'm just making a record about what we're doing. It's now about 13:49 hours on March 11th. And your case was heard on the 2 a.m. calendar by Commissioner Campbell. Looks like she went to go see you as a house call. And her determination at that point in time was to give you a try on the electronic monitoring program. Then, 10 minutes ago or so, I was contacted by pretrial services staff. They are court staff, and the officer let me know that they believed that it was highly unlikely that you were going to be cooperative with the electronic monitoring program. And it was also reported that you remained substantially combative with detention staff and non-compliant. Would you officers agree with that?
We have not dealt with him.
You have not dealt with him. All right. That's the information that I received from our pretrial services agency staff. So, Mr. Manuel, I've considered what's been alleged against you, and I'm going to recall your initial appearance hearing. I'm going to do your case from the beginning and let you know that I have looked at what you've been accused of, which is aggravated assault as a Class 3 felony, resisting arrest a Class 6 felony, and criminal damage as a Class 1 misdemeanor. And you are Mr. Manuel, right? Mason Manuel.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Born 12/7 of 92?
Yes.
Okay. You look like the picture. That's why I hadn't asked before. And so what has been alleged against you is extremely serious. There is probable cause for it. We are giving you a lawyer. But the court believes that in the absence of electronic monitoring, that you pose a very real risk to the alleged victim, and I'm going to let you talk in a second, and to the people in the community. What did you want to tell me? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't mind doing it. I just have a few questions about it. That they say, you have to have a place. To my knowledge of the monitor, you need to have a place, and okay, before, when I talked with the first judge, she said I had to do some things, go to court, and then even the people who came after the paper herald said I should go take my medicine. I don't mind doing that, but I just want my vehicle so I can go and do the things you guys want me to do. But I don't mind wearing that bracelet, but usually to the bracelet you need a residence. That's the only issue I have with it. I will not get a residence. I'm going to stay in my car.
Okay, so Mr. Manuel, that was not what I had heard from the pretrial services staff, and they believed that they would, based on what they discussed with detention staff, they were probably going to have to physically hold you down to get the electronic ankle monitor on you. And I will say that pretrial services does not come often to the court and say, we do not think we can supervise this person. And I'm not the only person that works here. But I see them do that 2 or 3 times a year. And when they do it, they have high credibility with the court that this person is not a good candidate for supervision by electronic monitoring. They believe the person will not comply. And so, Mr. Manuel, I'm not going to turn it into a mini trial about whether you will or won't comply. When pretrial services is telling me you said and or did things with them and or the sheriff's office that lead them to believe that you are not a good candidate for release. Unsecured release. I've looked at the state's recommendation. I believe their recommendation is higher than necessary to try to keep the alleged victim and the community safe.
Yes.
But the court believes that a substantial bail is needed in order to ensure that this person is safe and you're going to comply with release conditions. So I'm going to set bail in your case. I'm not going to put an ankle monitor on you in addition to that bail because they just told me they believe they will not be able to adequately supervise you in the community. So bond is set in your case at $25,000. It is secured. If you post it, You still have to comply with the release conditions, which include you cannot return to nor reside at the scene of the alleged crime. You can do a civil standby with law enforcement. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with the alleged victim. Do not respond to contact from him. What's your question?
How am I supposed to get my vehicle?
You'll have to figure that out
But
once you have the bond posted. You'll have to figure it out, sir. I can't help you with that.
But like, come on, like that's like really.
You're right. The court does not help you recover your property. You'll have to deal with the police department. I don't know where your car is. You can do a civil standby with law enforcement. If the car is at the location of the crimes, then you have to call the non-emergency number for the police department. Looks like it's Phoenix. Request a civil standby. They will send an officer to go with you and keep the peace while you collect belongings, which could include a car. Beyond that, I don't have any information to give you. You'll have to figure that out if and when you post the bond. All right, we're going to get that printed up for you again. We'll send it out to you because they've got 2 o'clock court starting. It's a different judge, so I need to let them have access to the courtroom.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to get you a copy of your paperwork. Everything I just told you is on your paperwork. Thank you to the sheriff's office very much. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we're going to be off the record again until 2 p.m.
No. You want to go through? Go ahead. No.
I mean, that's fine, you can do this shit, but like, no one's happened to you. Yeah. I want to be yelling. Because of yelling. Like we just talked.
You should have just left me in here.
We just talked to, sorry.
Are you just walking around right now?
Yeah. We just talked to sorry. That makes sense. But I swear to God, I thought you were saying.
Yeah, I think the radio is pretty best then.
Yeah. Hey, that's, besides the two police.
Oh, yeah, that was early.
Yeah, that was. But you don't know how you. I know, it's simple, just listen. I'm not asking for much. Yeah. Is there any other people? No. That's your house.
So then, that guy goes sign the block on your left block.
You don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not.
He was released and I was saying.
Yeah, because
You can stop this. Oh. Not one more ankle monitor.
Damn. All you have to do. All you have to do. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. You know you. No. I might be going across. But if you're sitting here. All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. This is the time set for the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar on March 3rd, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will call you each one at a time to the podium. I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you are here for, if I have appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. If we could start with Stephen Hansen to the podium and Jesse Cernas to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Steve Hansen, 8784.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on 2 cases. You're here on a new case as well as a failure to appear warrant that was issued. Your new charges are for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're here because you also failed to appear on a case related to a pending dangerous drug charge. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you in that case, and I'm going to give you some hearing dates. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing March 18th at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30 in the morning. On the case where you failed to appear, you do have a secured appearance bond of $550. However, on your new case, because you were out on felony release at the time of this new alleged offense, you're not eligible for bond today. So even if you were to post the bond on the other case, you would not get released until the time that you have your evidentiary hearing on March 18th at 1:30. That's the time set to determine if bond will be set on these new charges. So posting bond will not get you released until you find out what happens at that case, okay? Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Please take a step to your left and the officer will get you that paperwork. Jesse Cernas to the podium, Jose Cabrera to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jesse Cernas, 07-2388.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 2 counts of robbery and 2 counts of burglary. They're both Class 4 felonies. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30.
Sure.
In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $25,000. In the event you post that bond and are released, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you'll be equipped with electronic monitoring, and you also have written conditions. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons.
You're not going to let me out on the OR? I can't get an OR? I got 2 jobs. That's what I'm saying. I need to get back to work. I work at Biographs on 24th Street in Broadway, and I work at McDonald's in Scottsdale, and I need to get to work.
Right,
So
I do understand that. However, you are facing some very serious charges here today, and it does look like, when I look at your criminal history, it looks like you may have been released from the Department of Corrections about a year or so ago.
I did over 17 years for a crime that I did when I was a kid. I made a mistake. I paid my time. I paid my dues. I made another mistake last night by going out, getting drunk, and doing something totally stupid that could just mess my whole life again. I need to get back to work. I got bills. I got a house. I got car payments. I need to get to work. I'm not a flight risk. I'm willing to take a monitor. I'll check in. I'll give you all my addresses to my jobs, wherever. I just need to get to work, please.
So I'm not going to release you today on your own recognizance. The state is asking for a $50,000 bond. I'm setting it at $25,000, but that bond will need to be posted. It is secured, meaning you can use a bail bonding company, which is typically 10% plus collateral.
How much is 10%? $2,500?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, just up to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you.
Jose Cabrera to the podium, Nathaniel Duran to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jose Cabrera, March 15, 1988.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case for 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. In this case, you have a cash bond in the amount of $25,000. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you do have written conditions of release. You're not to possess weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you must contact your probation officer within 24 hours. This will all be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Please take a step to your left, and the officer will get you that paperwork. Nathaniel Duran to the podium. Connor to the chair.
Yes, Your Honor.
May I get your name and date of birth?
Nathan Duran, 10/14/1990.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. In the event you were to post bond and be released from custody, you do have written conditions. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. This will all be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. The place that this took place at was the place in my business that I own and I rent there. It's a business. Nobody has any other business to be there other than me.
Do you own the location?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I will remove the
And then I
order that indicates you can't return to the scene of the crime. I'll remove that.
Okay, and then as far as my family members can post bond for me, but I don't know if they can do that amount, Your Honor.
So it is a secured appearance bond, meaning you can contact a bail bonding company, which would be typically 10% plus collateral. If your family wanted to post it directly without using a bail bonding company, it would be the full $15,000. You're going to be taken to processing here in a little bit, and they're going to give you instructions on how to get that done, and they're also going to give you contact phone numbers for any bail bonding companies for you to contact if you choose to go that route.
Okay. I should be able to have, there's no way I can get on my OR, Your Honor, on this one? If you look at my history and everything like that, I've never had no priors, no nothing. And this is all just a
look into
Your
that,
Honor.
Which is why I did not adopt the state's recommendation, which was substantially higher than what I'm placing your bond at, but I do have some concerns as it relates to the allegations that are in this case. So as I said, I will remove the indication that you can't return to the scene of the crime, but you still can't have contact with any like victim, complainant, or witness, and no weapons, okay? But the bond will remain. You will need to get that posted. If you're unable to do so, you will remain in custody, and they'll transport you to your hearings.
How long does it take if I might want to call my family to get a bondsman?
I guess it just depends on how fast the bondsman gets it posted. Once it's posted, it takes about 4 to 6 hours to get released. How long it takes for a bail bondsman to post it, that I don't have the answer to. Okay?
Thank you.
If you'll step to your left, the officer will get you that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Connor to the podium, Montana to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Connor Goff, 5194.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here today on 2 cases. You're here on a grand jury warrant, and you're also here on a probation case. The grand jury warrant issued on March 4th of 2026. It has an offense date of September 13th of 2025. It is for 2 counts of aggravated DUI, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. And you're here on your probation case because at the time of this alleged offense, you were on probation. So you're here for a Term 1 probation violation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you in both cases. You have a status conference along with a probation revocation hearing on March 18th at 8:30 in the morning. On the grand jury warrant, you have a secured appearance bond of $15,000. On your probation case, it's $500. In the event you were to post that bond and be released from custody, you do have written conditions. You will be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you will have alcohol, drug testing, and monitoring. You will also be equipped with electronic monitoring. Your written conditions include not possessing weapons, not possessing drugs without a valid prescription, not possessing or consuming any alcohol, and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. This will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. So when these initial charges came, I was, planning on going to court, probation, all this stuff that already came to light, and it was told me that it was dismissed. And then all of a sudden, last night, they run my name, and I'm told that these charges have been here since you just said September.
So the offense date was September.
That's what I'm not
You were not
understanding.
charged until March 4th, which is about a week ago.
How was I supposed to know that? I guess, was I supposed to know that?
Typically, when you're indicted by the grand jury, a warrant issues upon the indictment, and the case is sealed, so you likely would not know about it. Just like you don't have very much information on it, it's still sealed today. I don't have anything other than the fact that this warrant issued on March 4th. When you get to your next hearing, it will be unsealed and more information will be available to you as well as the court. But at this time, the only thing available to me is that they issued this warrant on March 4th, 2026 with this bond.
Okay. And 15,000, is that I don't mean to want to sound off or anything, but is that necessary? Am I that? They give a criminal to
So I
need 15
don't
grand to get
have
everything?
information because it's sealed, and this bond was set by the judicial officer who heard the case when this bond was set on March 4th. So I don't have any information as to exactly why they chose this bond. They did leave some notes on the warrant, which indicates that you have 3 prior felony convictions, and it seems that they have some concerns related to multiple DUI arrests since April of 2025. I believe they indicate there's about 5 different arrests in the last year relating to DUI arrests, and so I think that is where the basis of their concern comes from as it relates to the safety of the community based on the fact that they've alleged you've been arrested. So that's the allegations in here that I have because they wrote that on the warrant. Again, more information will be available at the next hearing, but that's the basis they listed on the search warrant, or excuse me, the arrest warrant.
Understood.
Okay. Did you have any further questions?
No, thank you.
Please take a step to your left and the officer will get you that paperwork. Can I have Montana to the podium and Daisy to the chair? May I get your name and date of birth?
I'm Montana Denson, 4187.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 2 counts of burglary, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of theft, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and 2 counts of criminal trespass, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. In the event you were to post that bond and be released from custody, you do have written conditions. You may not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons or alcohol. This will all be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
So, is there any way you can put my bond down? I'm not getting released, right?
You would have to post the bond in order to be released from custody. It is secured, meaning you can use a bail bonding company, which is typically 10% plus collateral. If you're unable to post the bond, though, you would remain in custody and they transport you.
Is there any way you can bring it down, please, so I can possibly get bailed out? I haven't had no problems. I've never been bailed out. I think I've been bailed out once, but I've always complied. I've gone to my court dates. I missed one, but it's because, but I went right afterwards and got it fixed up. There's no risk.
Well, the concern isn't just simply whether or not you will appear or not. It's the danger to the community that you pose based on the allegations that you went to multiple locations and took items that did not belong to you. At this time, these are only allegations, but they do have information indicating that there are videos that substantiate those allegations. And so those are also some of my concerns, in addition to the fact that you do have 5 prior felonies, and yet we're still here today with some of these concerns. And so that is the basis for the bond. It will need to be posted in order to be released from custody. Again, if you're unable to do so, they will transport you to those hearings.
I haven't been in trouble in 2 years, you know, like I've completed my parole, completed my probation.
When did you get off parole and probation?
It's been almost a year.
Were you ever in the Department of Corrections?
Yeah, I got out in 2023, and I've been out this whole time. You know, I've been working. I got my own spot. I just been compliant, a good citizen.
You said DOC you got out in 2023?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
And you finished parole or probation when?
I believe a year later.
I'm going to take a look at your arrest history, but I'm going to keep calling parties so I can keep my calendar moving. So I'm going to have you take a seat in the gallery, and I'm going to just check into a couple of these things, okay?
All right, thank you.
If you'll just take a seat in there. Can I have Daisy Dominguez to the podium and Jose Ramos to the chair? Can I get your name and date of birth, ma'am?
Daisy Dominguez, 22397.
Thank you. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of reckless driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of disobeying an order of the court, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of open container in a vehicle, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You are going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. In the event you post that bond and are released from custody, you do have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. This will all be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
So I have a bond of 5,000?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't lower that?
So I did review the allegations in this case, and based on the allegations, I do have some concerns that you were allegedly driving while impaired and fled from the law enforcement, and for those reasons, I have set the bond at 5,000, and that will need to be posted in order to be released from custody. Anything further?
No, sir.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Jose Ramos to the podium. Jose Rodriguez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jose Alfonso Ramos, 12/6/1994.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of obstructing police, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. I have reviewed the allegations in this case along with a victim statement and your criminal history. And based on that, I am going to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you will have electronic monitoring. You're also going to have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. This will all be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, so I have to be at work. Like, I have my son too, my youngest son that lives with me, and I'm really just trying to be better, do better in life. And is there any way that I could be released, like, on OR?
So the allegations in this case are very concerning, and you mentioned a son. I'm not sure if it was the child that was in your care at the time of this incident, but you're not to have any contact with any alleged victim. And at least one of your children is a victim in this case, so you would not be able to have contact with them. And I am very concerned this could have ended very differently than it did.
Right.
So I'm not going to change my orders today, but if you do post that bond, just make sure you attend all of your hearings and comply with all of the release conditions, okay?
And you said the bond is $2,500?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So then it could be 10%, right, if I get a bail bonds or not?
It is a secured appearance, so yes, you can use a bail bonding company.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further?
No, that'll be it.
Please take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Jose Rodriguez to the podium. Jason Hewitt to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jose Rivera Rodriguez, January 4th, 1975.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you related to your probation case. I have notes in here indicating that you're currently in the custody of Homeland Security. So I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you. I'm going to set a probation revocation hearing on March 18th at 8:30, and I'm going to affirm the cash bond of $1,000. But if you are, in fact, in the primary custody of Homeland Security, posting this bond would not get you released from custody. They would still detain you, you'd miss your hearing again, and you'd lose the $1,000. So posting the bond may not be what's in your best interest at this time. You may want to talk to your attorney at that hearing on March 18th, okay? Did you have any questions?
Oh, I'm going to stay on custody of here, or I'm going to send me back to the detention center?
If you don't post bond, you'll stay in custody of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office while you resolve this issue.
Okay.
But once that's over, Homeland Security may pick you up if you're not.
If I pay the, how much is the bond?
In this case, you have a bond of $1,000, but if Homeland Security has primary custody of you, posting the $1,000 won't get you released. It will get you taken by Homeland Security.
Yeah.
You'll miss this hearing, and then you'll lose the bond. Which is why posting it's probably not a good idea at this time if Homeland Security has custody of you. You're going to want to wait to see your attorney on March 18th.
Because I have a court day on 16 on the immigration center.
Okay, you have a hearing with them?
Yeah, for to process my status.
Okay.
to fix my status to resident.
Okay.
So, but,
Homeland Security knows you're here, so they allowed you to come here. So if you have a hearing with them on March 16th, they will likely make you available for that hearing as well as the hearing on March 18th.
so it's better if I pay the bond and then Homeland Security take me over there before 16, or?
I don't recommend posting the bond. If you post the bond and Homeland Security takes you, they're not going to bring you back for the hearing on March 18th, and then you're going to lose that bond.
Okay.
So since Homeland Security knows you have that hearing when they gave you to Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, they should make you available for that hearing on March 16th.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Just up to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Yeah.
Jason Hewitt to the podium. Kimberly Welch to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
I'm Jason Hewitt, December 15th, 1991.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you're here today on a couple of warrants. I do believe you've previously been seen by this court a couple of times, so this would be in addition to those other cases. These are both warrants from the Buckeye Municipal Court. The first one is an initial arrest warrant related to obstruction or refusal to provide your true name. The second is a warrant for the post-adjudication related to a drug paraphernalia charge from 2024, likely failed to pay some fines or take some classes in that case. What I'll do is I'll set a hearing on March 18th at 1 p.m., and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. That hearing will be in the Buckeye Municipal Court. You have a $350 bond on the initial arrest warrant and $50 bond on the other case, so a total bond of $400. But again, I believe you were given bonds in some other cases, so this would be an addition. You would have to post all bonds in order to be released from custody. If you did post bond, make sure you attend all of your hearings, comply with your written conditions, which do include no weapons or alcohol, and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Did you have any questions?
So it's 400 total, so that's $40, right? So that's collateral?
For these two cases,
Yeah, for the two.
that doesn't include
I
your...
already talked about the other ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, it is secured.
Sounds good, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kimberly Welch to the podium. Wilfred Brown to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Kimberly Welch, 10/17/1986.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a probation violation warrant with allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing March 18th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $150. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you have written conditions. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. This will all be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
Just, will I be if I can't post a bond, will I be in Estrella until my hearing? Is that
As far as where you'll be housed, that'll be up to the sheriff's office, but you will remain in one of their facilities until that hearing, and they will transport you there.
Okay.
On March 18th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. If it's up to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Wilfred Brown to the podium. Mr. Martinez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Wilfred Brown, 9880.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing March 18th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $100. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you have written conditions. You're not to possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. This will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm going to know if I could be released from my own economies, because I have, I'm taking custody of my 14-month-old son. Yesterday, his guardian came looking for me the other day and had a talk with me about getting custody of him because his mom had ran off from him and they can't find her. They haven't located her yet, so the only person that she found was me in order to sign his birth certificate, in order to get him these benefits going so he can get dentists and like per capita and get all these benefits going for him. So it's only if I can be released on my own Congress, that way I can get all this paperwork done for him. But he's just a baby and I'm going to step in for him. He's my son.
So I believe you have another warrant as well. Does he have a hold officer from another location?
Not that I see, and not that I see, just a Superior Court.
Were you seen by a judge before being brought here? Because the information in here says you had
No,
two
I was not,
outstanding
Your Honor.
warrants.
They just said they're just gonna see a judge, and you're the first one that came upon.
And you haven't seen anybody else yet?
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
I'm just looking at your case. I don't see another warrant other than that they noted that there was a second warrant, but the officer is also indicating he's not showing any additional holds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll release you on this case, but you're still going to have to go to that hearing, and if they, you know, when they go to process you out, if they find another warrant, you will be held on that other warrant if, in fact, you do have one.
Okay.
Let's see. But last time when you were released from custody, you didn't contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
I tried to, but it was giving me that voicemail, and I couldn't get in contact with nobody, and I'm way out there on the reservation, and I had no money to get gas money to get back and forth, probably 80 miles out, maybe a little bit farther. But
so you're going to have to make sure you make contact, because if you don't make contact again, then you're probably going to be held on a bond the next time. So please make sure that you do everything you can to make sure you contact your probation officer to avoid this issue again. And you're going to still have to get yourself to that hearing on March 18th, okay?
Okay.
So contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released from custody.
All right.
Okay, please take a seat in the gallery. They'll bring you your paperwork.
Okay, so I'll be released?
You'll be released as it relates to this case.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Martinez to the podium. Mr. Martin to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Alexei Martinez, August 21st, 1986.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for a pending narcotic drug case. I do note that you are currently in the primary custody of Homeland Security. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you on this case. I'm going to give you a couple of hearings. You're going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $50 in this case. But if you post that bond and Homeland Security has primary, you're in custody of Homeland Security, posting the bond, they'll just pick you up again. You'll miss these hearings again. You'll get another warrant, and you'll lose the bond. So you may want to hold off on posting the bond until you meet with your attorney on March 17th. They'll keep you in Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and transport you to these hearings.
All right, I had a question.
Sure.
It's regarding the bench warrant. I didn't miss it. It was that I was picked up by ICE. It was on the 31st. I don't know if my attorney told you guys that, but that's the reason I didn't show up on I believe it was the 5th or 6th. That was the court date that I was assigned.
Right, I do see that. I do note that they're indicating that that you were in custody, which is why we're just doing the $50 bond. It just holds you here so you can be transported for these hearings and get credit for any days you've served in custody.
Yes.
If I don't put the bond, this will continue to repeat itself, where you'll be taken by Homeland Security and you'll miss the hearings again.
Okay.
So which is why I don't recommend posting it, but I do see in here that you were in custody, and that's why you did not make it to that last hearing. Okay?
All right.
Anything further?
No, that's going to be all, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Just up to your left, the officer will
Thank
get
you.
you that paperwork. Mr. Martin to the podium, and Montana to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Matthew Martin, 4/13/1988.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a warrant from the San Marcos Justice Court. It does look like it's for failing to comply or failing to pay some fines for a previous charge of engaging in contracting without a license. I'll give you an opportunity.
I'm sorry.
Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You will have a hearing in the San Marcos Justice Court March 31st at 10 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at this hearing. But you do have written conditions. You're not to possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. This will all be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Do I have to go to the court hearing, or can I just go pay the fines off? Because this is why it's been taking so long. I've been waiting on a payout for insurance at a house fire. And now that I've finally received some of the funds, I want to just pay it off and get it out of the way. Do I need to go to the actual court hearing, or can I just go pay it?
So what I always recommend, if you're going to pay it off, make sure that you get confirmation from them that they are vacating that hearing. So I put in the San Marcos Justice Court phone number in your paperwork. A lot of times if you get it paid off or you get back on a payment plan, they're inclined to not make you go to that hearing, but you need to confirm with them that they have vacated it.
The past 2 or 3 hearings, I've told them that, and it's just been prolonging with the insurance, so.
Okay. And they
I'm sure
didn't
they're
issue
just
it
as
for failing
frustrated as I am, so.
Yeah, they didn't issue it for failing to appear. They just issued it for failing to pay.
Right.
But again, I am required to set the hearing, and if
Correct.
you don't go to it and they don't vacate it, they're going to issue the warrant. So just make sure if you go and get on a payment plan with them prior to March 31st, or you go and get that paid off, just confirm with them that they're going to get that hearing vacated for you.
Okay. And then do I need to send anything to you, or they take care of it?
Nope. It's all with San Marcos Justice Court. You'll take care of it with them. We just handle their initial appearance hearing.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Just step to your left, officer. We'll get you that paperwork. Sure. And I'll be with you in just one moment, Montana. I'm going to review your case further. All right, Montana, will you come back to the podium, please? And can I get your name and date of birth again?
Montana Lynn Denson, 487.
Thank you, sir. So I am just recalling your case. We previously discussed the charges that you are facing here today, and I have appointed an attorney. I was just reviewing your criminal history based on the information that you provided me. I do see that you were convicted of an offense in 2017. Since that time, it appears as though there may have been 2 arrests, one in November of 2025 and then one that you're here for me today. So based on that and based on the information you have provided, I will modify my release conditions. You're still going to have a bond and everything else is going to remain the same, but I'll reduce it to $2,500.
Thank you so much.
Any further questions?
No, ma'am.
And then please make sure you follow the release conditions in your paperwork as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So, I'm sorry. So, I have to come up with $250?
If you go through a bail bonding company, it's typically 10%, which is the $250.
Okay.
If you'll take a seat in the gallery, we'll get that printed and bring it out.
Okay, thank you.
And then we'll need to just clear the courtroom for our last case.
Okay.
Do we have reasons for the house call? Thank you. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Michael Colin Witzke, 21183.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because a grand jury warrant was issued. And that warrant was issued on March 6, 2025. It does have an offense date of December 6, 2023 and November 12, 2024, and they're both for failure to register as a sex offender. One is a Class 4 felony, one is a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting an arraignment hearing March 18th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $2,000. In the event you post bond and are released from custody, you do have written conditions. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. This will all be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Can I get that bond reduced, or?
So it won't be reduced today because it is a grand jury warrant, meaning everything is sealed and I don't have access to the information as to the basis for these claims. The judicial officer who did have that felt like the $2,000 was an appropriate bond. When you get to your next hearing, that can be reevaluated when everything is unsealed at that time. But for purposes of today, because I'm not privy to the information, I'm going to affirm the grand jury warrant bond today, okay?
And that's two different charges, not one?
It's for two different offense dates for two different charges, both for failure to register as a sex offender. 2023 and 2024 are the years they list for the offense dates in the grand jury warrant.
Okay.
Okay. Anything further?
No.
Okay. If you'll step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The remaining cases will proceed as house calls due to being a danger to self or others. Number 2, Kemia Smith, date of birth March 12, 2002. She is here today on a new case for 1 count of DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent her. She is going to have an arraignment hearing in the Country Meadows Justice Court on March 26th at 8:30. I am going to release her today on her own recognizance. That is her promise to appear. She does have written conditions of release. She may not possess or consume any alcohol, and she may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. This will all be in her paperwork. Case number 3 and 4, Mario Castro, date of birth October 14th, 1998. He is here on a new case as well as a warrant from the Encanto Justice Court. His new charges are for 1 count of misconduct involving weapons, 2 counts of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, and those are both Class 4 felonies, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of theft, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of reckless driving, 1 count of DUI, 1 count of disobeying an order of the court, 1 count of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. 1 count of failure to obey a police officer, and 1 count of open container in a vehicle. Those are both Class 2 misdemeanors. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent him. He is going to have a status conference March 17th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing March 19th at 8:30. In this case, he has a secured appearance bond of $50,000. He's also here on a warrant from the Encanto Justice Court for 1 count of failure to obey a police officer and 1 count of criminal trespass. He failed to appear at a hearing in August of 2024. I'm appointing an attorney and setting an arraignment hearing in the Encanto Justice Court on March 16th at 8:30. I'm affirming the secured appearance bond of $250. In the event bond is posted on both cases and he is released from custody, he will have written conditions. He is not to initiate contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and he may not possess weapons or alcohol. All of this will be in his paperwork. Case number 8 and 9, Diotis Lett, date of birth October 16th, 1984. He is here today on 2 probation violation warrants with allegations that he violated terms 1, 4, 5, 7, and 15. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing March 18th at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond of $300 in one case, $250 in the other, for a total bond of $550. In the event he posts bond and is released from custody, he has written conditions of release. He may not possess weapons or alcohol, and he must contact his probation officer within 24 hours. This does conclude our 2 p.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 5 p.m. Are we off the record?
See how ID's highlighted? These are all in a BTOC hold. ID needs to be filling that in as well as that.
And I think this is a corrected version of the investigation. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. She'll be on her way.
Thank you. Jackson's in here now.
Okay, cool.
There's a photo here. He was probably just redressed out. So.
All rise.
Hello, you may be seated. He's here? Good evening. This is the time set for the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 11th, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. In the event that there are any alleged victims listening or watching remotely, I am going to provide the victim rights advisement at this time. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that among others includes the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing your loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victim rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. I am Commissioner Dyer, and before we get started, I am going to explain to you how we will be proceeding this evening. I'm going to call each of you up to the podium one by one. I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then tell you why you are here and whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I will then let you know which your upcoming court dates will be and what your bond will be if you're eligible for bond, and lastly, what your release conditions are. Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement. I'd ask that you allow me to complete the advisement without interruption. Once I complete the advisement, you will be given the opportunity to ask questions regarding your release conditions. You are cautioned against making any statements about your case. This is a recorded proceeding, and anything that you say here could be used against you. Any questions or concerns that you have regarding your case should be directed towards your attorney. The first person that I'm calling to the podium is Carrie Galloway. If you'll please come to the podium. And John Biondo, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door.
Right here in front of me.
Hello, ma'am. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Carrie Galloway, 2/17/69.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for your sentencing hearing. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on March 23rd at 8:30. Your warrant indicates that you are not eligible for bond today. Under Rule 7.2, that means that there is a reasonable probability that you are facing a period of incarceration. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't. I was going to ask about the bond, but you just told me, so that's it.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Biondo, will you please come to the podium? And Jason Rawlings, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
John Biondo, July 4, 1970.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with one count of monitoring device interference, a class 4 felony. The date of the alleged offense is July 4th of 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have an arraignment hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant had a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. I do note that you are currently in DOC custody. The payment of the bond will not secure your release. However, the imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time that you are serving in DOC custody. Once this matter is completed, then you will return to DOC custody for the matter which you are incarcerated for. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Rawlings, will you please come to the podium? And Christian Dean, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jason Rawlings, 5/15/75.
You are here today because you have one new case and then you have a violation of probation matter. On your new case, you were charged with one count of transporting or selling a dangerous drug, a Class 2 felony, one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of a weapon during a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. As to your probation violation matter, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30, and for this matter, you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you must comply with all of your release conditions, and you must appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. warrants would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Did you say the bond was 25,000?
Secured appearance.
And that means cash only bond?
No, secured appearance means 10% plus collateral.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
If you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Dean, will you please come to the podium? And Leon Cruz, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christian Dean, February 4th, 1999.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with one count of monitoring device interference, a class 4 felony. The date of the alleged offense is April 9th of 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant had a cash-only bond in the amount of $15,000. I do know that you are in DOC custody at this time, so the payment of the bond would not secure your release. However, the imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time that you are serving in DOC custody right now. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Mr. Cruz, will you please come to the podium? And I'm not sure if it's Raina Armstrong. If you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Leon Cruz, 4/26/95.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with prisoner in possession of or making contraband, a class 5 felony. The date of the alleged offense is March 14th of 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. I do know that you are in DOC custody. The payment of the bond will not secure your release. However, it will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time being served in DOC custody right now. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Armstrong, will you please come to the podium? And Skylar Evans, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Hi there, I'm Ariana Armstrong, and my birthday is September 14, 2005.
You are here today on a new case. You are charged with one count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a class 1 misdemeanor, one count of threatening or intimidating with threats of injury or property damage, a class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. I do want to note that prior to the hearing, the court did receive a victim impact statement. The court did take into consideration the concerns and wishes of the alleged victim. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with the terms of those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
I said this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, so you said $1,000 bond.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to pay that by today.
You have, in order to be released before your next court date is going to be on March 16th. So in order to be released, you would have to post that bond. And the reason why you have the bond is I am concerned for the safety of the alleged victim based on the information that I reviewed. Also, I did review your criminal history as well. I think that in order to ensure the safety of the victim, and also to ensure that you do not potentially get yourself in any additional trouble. I think that this bond is what is appropriate, as well as the release conditions to address the safety concerns that I have right now.
Okay, I could post the bond, but so is it only cash?
It's a cash-only bond.
And you guys don't have an ATM here?
So as far as how you post bond, you would talk to the officers. They would tell you how you do that.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
I guess not for you. I just about the bond and stuff like that.
They will be able to help you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Mr. Evans, will you please come to the podium? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Skylar Evans, 042492.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. I am aware that you are in DOC custody. The $500 the payment of the bond will not secure your release. However, the imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards the time that you are serving right now. You will remain in the jail custody until this matter is resolved, and then you'll return to DOC custody.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Serena Zendejas, if you'll please come to the podium, and Christopher Phillips, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, ma'am, can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Serena Zendejas, 8/13/99.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't have any holds. If I pay the bond, I could get released, right?
I don't have any information that there are any holds.
Who is she?
This is Zendaya.
No holds, Your Honor.
No, she's done. That was her only question. Mr. Phillips, will you please come to the podium? And Josie Janoy, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first last name and your date of birth?
Christopher De Jesus Casillas Phillips, tall 2388.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer, we'll give you your paperwork. Ms. Janoy, if you'll please come to the podium, and Melissa Thomas, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, ma'am, can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Josie Langeno, 1497.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Do I still have other holds?
I'm showing nothing wrong.
No? Okay.
All right. If you have any other questions, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Thomas, will you please come to the podium? And Roberta Escalante, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, ma'am, can you please state your first last name and your date of birth?
Melissa Thomas, 2/8/1981.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Santan Justice Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 16th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $680. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. Officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Escalante, will you please come to the podium? And Cody Troy, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Roberto Escalante, 05/28/2001.
You are here today because you have 3 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your first warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $350. Your second warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $300. And your last warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. So your total secured appearance bond between the 2 cases is $1,400. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Last row.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I need 1 moment. I just need to look at something. Mr. Troy, were you going to be discharged from DOC? I just don't have any information. I know that you were picked up.
No, I'm not discharged till later on this year. I'm on a...
Okay. No, I'm asking questions because sometimes I don't have all the information, and I needed to get all the information so that I would issue the correct orders. So we do need to, I do need to make an addition to this order. Okay, Giselle, it's ready. Okay, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Cody Troy, 1991.
Sir, you are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. I am aware that you are in DOC custody, so the payment of the bond would not secure your release. However, it will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time that you are serving. You will remain in the jail custody until this matter is completed, and then you'll return to DOC custody. Officer?
Yes, ma'am.
We did have to reprint his order.
We'll have him sit out.
Okay, so sir, if you'll have a seat, we'll bring you your paperwork in just a moment. Mr. Ibarra, will you please come to the podium? And Robert Postma, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Antonio Ibarra, 032796.
You are here today because you have 1 new case, and then you also have a probation violation warrant. On your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $400. Then as to your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and you were also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a class 6 felony. I have to correct the way that they charge this one, the classification of the charge. We're gonna have to reprint this order as well. Okay, it's ready. So you were also charged with 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause as to that charge. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. It is essentially a placeholder bond because you do have the probation violation warrant with the bond. So the $50 placeholder just allows you to get transported to all the court dates that you need to get to on this matter as well. So your total secured appearance bond between the two cases is $450. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates will result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
So I have 2 court dates, one on the...
So for your new case, your court dates are March 17th and March 19th at 8:30. For your probation violation matter, your court date will be March 18th at 8:30. But your paperwork will have all the court dates for the different matters on them.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Postma, will you please come to the podium? And Robert Baumgartner, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Robert Postma, August 6, 1988.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
You'll
you.
step to your left, officer. We'll give you your paperwork. Okay. Giselle, he needs the hearing device. We're going to get it. He is wearing hearing aids? Okay. Can he hear? Mr. Baumgartner, can you hear me okay? Sir, can you hear me okay?
I'm hard of hearing in here, so,
So we're going to we'll get him the hearing. I know, I saw.
oh, okay, that might help. My elbows all boogered up.
Okay, are you able to hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear pretty good now.
Okay. Can you tell me your first and last name?
Robert Baumgartner,
And can you tell me your date of birth?
4/28/32.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of aggressive driving, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the charge, you are not entitled to a court-appointed attorney. You'll have an arraignment hearing on March 25th at 9 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That means I'm releasing you without bond. You do have to promise to appear for your court date.
Well, I'll appear.
Okay. If you don't appear for your court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Yeah.
And then a bond would be imposed.
The United States Air Force is going to provide me defense.
You might want to hold on to, can we get him to hold on to because we're getting feedback. Okay. All right. So basically what you have is a traffic ticket.
Okay, that's better.
Okay? I just wanted you to understand that
Yeah.
there was a citation that was issued. So just make sure you show up to your court date, and your paperwork is going to give you your court date, okay?
Yeah, the court date's fine.
Okay.
I'd like to announce that the United States Air Force is providing my defense.
Okay, so that would not be your court date?
See, I was on duty this morning,
Okay, sir.
and I was stopped from replying to a emergency call.
Okay, hold on one second. So the court that you were going to be in for this matter is not going to be in this court. So this is not the place for you to tell me that.
Okay.
Because this court, you're going
All
to
right,
be in a justice court.
that's fine.
Okay? But
Yeah.
you're getting released right now.
Yeah, I'll agree to whatever you come up with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, she's ready.
Okay.
Okay, you can take them off. You can take them off.
You can take
Take them off?
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give you some paperwork, hold on.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you.
Mr. Casillas, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Jackson, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Max Casillas, 76273.
You were here today on a new on a new case. You were charged with one count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that charge, and one count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony. And one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause as to that charge. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on March 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 30th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services today. That means I'll release you back into the community without bond, but your release will be supervised by pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. You promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to comply with pretrial services, and you cannot possess any weapons.
Yes, ma'am.
If you fail to comply with your release conditions or you fail to appear for your court dates, a warrant will issue for your arrest and a bond will be imposed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, will you please come to the podium? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Latavion Jackson, 6/9/2004.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Pinal County Superior Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have an arraignment hearing on March 16th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you talked to medical yet, but I do have like my brain, like I have a low platelet count. Like my brain, it like bleeds, like they.
So you need to talk to medical. You need to talk to the officers. I don't talk to medical. The officers, they do have medical. As far as your bond, I can't do anything about it because it's from another county. So my job here for out-of-county warrants is to tell you what they are. I cannot change them.
They can't even like give me my medication because I could die in here is what I'm trying to say.
They have medical here.
I know.
You just need to talk to them.
I know I've been talking to them. They say that they're going to talk to like everybody else. And they've been talking to me all day. Everybody's been skipping me.
So now you're in front of me. The officers are in here and they know that I told you to talk to them about getting you medical. So moving forward, shortly after this, somebody from medical should be speaking with you. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
This concludes our 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 8 p.m.
I got you.
it?
Yeah.
Say your name again.
Russell Allen Bemis.
All right, the jail found a warrant for your arrest at a Copper Quarter Justice Court out of Mammoth Justice Court in Oracle, Arizona. It was for a charge of theft from October 28th of 2013. This case is pretty old. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. Your next court date in Copper Quarter is March 25th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. And I'll let that court know that you're currently in custody in Pima County.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're excused. Thank you.
Mhm.
Your Honor, this is the interpreter. Just wanted to let you know that I'm here.
All right. What's your name, sir, at the jail?
Joseph Jackson.
Mr. Jackson, it looks like the jail found a warrant for your arrest at a justice court for a facilitation charge. The case has been pending since January 24th of 2024. I am going to quash the warrant. I will release you.
They didn't change already completed. For some reason, the warrant never dropped out of the system. I keep getting arrested for it. They drop it. You never go to court on it because the case has been completed.
All right. So your next court date is March 26th at 10 a.m. and I'll let him know that you're in custody on a felony matter. Thank you. Jailer, are there any Spanish-speaking defendants?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Spanish interpreter, you're excused, and just be available in case we need you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Your Honor.
What is your full name, please?
Wilfred King, Garcia Union.
All right, looks like you had a warrant for your arrest at a justice court. It was for a drug paraphernalia charge from July 3rd of 2024. I'm going to quash that warrant, release you on that case only. Your next court date is going to be in justice court, March 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And you also, Mr. Garcia, had cases and warrant status at a city court. You had one new charge from today's date for drug paraphernalia possession. You had 6 cases in warrant status at a city court for drug paraphernalia charges, criminal trespass charges. I am going to quash the warrant, set your bond at $500, appoint a city public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing date in city court is going to be March 20th, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Petrie.
You have a couple of warrants from a couple of courts. First case is a warrant at a Marana City Court. It was for a drug paraphernalia charge from April 16th of 2024. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty, quash the warrant. I will release you on this Marana case. Your next court date is going to be it's going to be April 8th, 2026 at 10 a.m. And you must be present. If not, a warrant could issue for your arrest again. You also had a case out of Oro Valley City Court. It was for a charge involving shoplifting drug paraphernalia. And I'm gonna quash the warrant on that case. I'll enter pleas of not guilty. Set your next court date for April 8th at 10:30 a.m. in Oro Valley City Court. And then you had a justice court warrant for your arrest for theft from January 4th of 2025. I'm gonna quash the warrant, release you March 23rd at 9:30 a.m. is your next court date in Pima County Justice Court. You must be present. If not, a warrant could issue for your arrest. And then you had a couple of 3 cases in warrant status out of city court. And it looks like you didn't bother to show up for your hearings. You had a being in a park after hours, August 30th, 2025, criminal trespass on November 19th, 2025, and camping in a park from February 28th of this year. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Set your bond at $200. Your next court date is going to be in City Court, March 20th, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you, so an attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you. You're excused. What is your full name, please?
Samuel Amado Flores.
Mr. Flores, looks like you have a couple of cases in City Court. New charges from today's date for shoplifting and drug paraphernalia possession. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. And then you had a couple of cases in warrant status out of City Court. One case involving shoplifting. You had a second case for shoplifting, criminal trespass, resisting arrest, drug paraphernalia. You had a third case for being in a having drugs in a drug-free school zone, drug paraphernalia, and a fourth case for shoplifting, criminal trespass, and resisting arrest. All in warrant status. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty, quash those warrants. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing date is going to be in City Court on March 20th, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. And your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you. You're excused. What is your full name, please?
Pablo Mendoza Sign.
You said your first name is Fernando?
Yes, ma'am.
You have 2 separate cases in City Court. One from today's date, unlawful possession of prescription drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You have a separate case for shoplifting and domestic violence assault. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. All right, so I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I'm going to give you a chance to be released, sir. Your next court date is going to be in City Court, April 13th, 2026 at 2:00 p.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and a new charge for failing to appear will be added to your cases. You have a right not to, if you don't appear for your court date, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Just make sure you are appearing on your cases. You are excused. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your full name, please?
Andrew on Green.
You have, hold on a second. You have been arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yeah.
All right. State you're okay with him being released, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, is this Mr. Green?
Yes.
The stay was moving to dismiss without, Your Honor.
Oh, I didn't have your recommendation. You should have said something. Okay.
My apologies.
All right. So, Mr. Green, actually, the state's dismissing your case, so you can ignore what I just advised you. I'm going to release you. There's a possibility your case could be refiled at some later point. So if you get a summons in the mail to appear, it may be because this case was refiled. I've dismissed the case. You're released. Thank you. What is your full name, please? You have been arrested and accused of the crime of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, this felony drug accusation in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes, please.
State your recommendation regarding bond.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond of $3,000 that will be based on the defendant's out-of-county warrant that it's pending, which displays a defendant failed to appear at court hearings for a time credit. That will be the basis. Thank you.
How many court hearings did he fail to appear for?
Per the report, Your Honor, on pretrial service, looks like there's a warrant from a consolidated court out of Carefree Cave Creek, which that's what that's the information that I have, Your Honor. I don't have the amount of hearings that he missed.
All right, because you said hearings and warrants in plural sense, so I was like, where did you get that information? All right, so he has a one out-of-county warrant out of Cave Creek, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, defense counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services. Mr. Adams is a level 1 nonviolent. He is married. He has verified full-time employment, no prior felony conviction, no prior violent conviction, and no failure to appear within the past 2 years based on the pretrial services report. It's also currently not violent, and now Mr. Adams is aware of the out-of-county warrant, and he could go in person to take care of that court hearing.
Mr. Adams, I'm barely going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol, do not take any illegal drugs, and do not be in possession of any illegal drugs. And you cannot drive without a valid license. I'm going to set your next hearing date for a STEPS hearing. You must be present in person in Superior Court, March 18, 2026 at 9 a.m. You'll be there with your attorney and defense counsel. You're willing to waive time limits?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your preliminary hearing is going to be April 27th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Really important that you stay in touch with your attorney and your pretrial services. Mr. Adams, you also had that case. It was for one count of shoplifting. They were asking for a $500 bond. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you, give you a chance to appear on your own and carefree. Municipal Court, March 26th at 9 a.m. If you don't appear, another warrant will issue for your arrest. You're not allowed to go back to that business location. And then as a result of today's case, you were also charged with some misdemeanor charges for a DUI, leaving the scene of an accident, criminal speeding, operating a vehicle with using a cell phone while you were operating a vehicle, and then a civil citation for a seatbelt violation. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you on this charge. Don't drive without a valid license. Don't drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. March 23rd at 9:30 a.m. is your next hearing date in Justice Court. So you have 3 court dates. You got to remember all court dates and make sure you're appearing. If you don't appear for anything, warrants will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name?
Christian Dorian Bagamati Times.
I'm sorry. Say your first name.
Christian.
All right. Look, you have been arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you being formally charged. Are you interested in learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Yes.
Looks like he's on felony probation. State your recommendation.
The state recommends a $3,000 bond, Your Honor, with the STEPS hearing, and the basis is that new criminal activity while on probation.
Defense counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services. Mr. Bracamonte has 0 prior failure to appear in the past 2 years and is currently not a violent offense. As mentioned by the court, he is potentially STEPS eligible, so he could go in person for that meeting. And the pretrial services is also indicating need for a substance abuse assessment, which will be easier for him to get if he's released.
Mr. Bracamonte, your bond set at, because you're on felony probation, your bond is set at $1,000 plus release to pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Do not be in possession of any illegal drugs. Your first hearing is called a STEPS hearing. It is set for March 18, 2026 at 9 a.m. Your preliminary hearing is set March 23rd at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. You're excused. What is your full name, please? You have been arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date? All right, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. You're not allowed to drink any alcohol, take any illegal drugs, and you certainly can't be in possession of any illegal drugs. Defense counsel, you're waiving time limits?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your first hearing, ma'am, is going to be a STEPS hearing on March 18, 2026 at 9 a.m. You must be in court next week for this hearing date. You'll be there with your attorney. And your preliminary hearing is going to be April 27th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Stay in touch with your attorney. And also, you had a new case out of Oro Valley. It was actually, it's not a new case. It was a warrant for shoplifting. The case has been pending since January 24th, 2026. I'm going to quash the warrant, enter plea of not guilty, release you. Your next court date in Oro Valley is April 8th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. You must appear this time. If you don't, another warrant's going to issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Johnson.
What is your full name?
Shelby Elizabeth Johnson.
With aggravated assault, temporary disfigurement, and aggravated assault being accomplice, and 1 count of kidnapping. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I am going to hear first from the prosecutor regarding her bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Defense counsel.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $30,000 bond with pretrial service based on the nature of the offense. As the defendants plotted this attack, there's a concern of a continued risk to the victim. Also considering the injuries the victim sustained, also the fact that there's an accomplice actions against the victim. The defendant does not have prior felonies. Nonetheless, she does have a prior adjudication as a juvenile. Thank you.
Defense counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services, Your Honor. She's only 19 years old. She can be an easy target for gang-related activity at the jail. She has no priors whatsoever, and her mom confirmed that she can stay with her, use her address for mailing purposes, and she can offer transportation to and from the court.
Ms.
So for those
Johnson,
reasons.
there was substantial injuries sustained by this victim. Your bond is set at $30,000. You are not allowed to have any contact with this victim. Do not contact a person by text, social media, in person. Don't go to where that person lives. Stay away from her. Do you understand? Do not possess any firearms or weapons. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set to March 23rd at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. You are excused. What is your full name, sir?
Matthew Colomer,
Is your
M-A-T.
middle
Sorry.
name John?
John, yes.
You're charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of kidnapping, unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. Let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to first hear from the prosecutor regarding her bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Ms. Goodman?
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $50,000 bond based on the significant and high lethality associated with the domestic violence and strangulation matter, also including the fact that the defendant has a pending DV out of Tucson City Court on warrant status for the same victim. The defendant does have prior convictions involving also felonies. In addition, the victim does object to defendant's release and seeks no further contact.
Defense counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services. He has 0 prior violent conviction. He has full-time employment. He is not a flight risk as he has been resident of Tucson for the past 15 plus years. He also told me that he could stay at a house with his friend and employer, where he will have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. And if Your Honor is not inclined to do that, we're asking for a low bond.
Mr. Kalmar, your bond is set at $50,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with this victim. Do not call her, do not social media her, do not text her. If you were to get out of custody, you cannot go where this person lives or works. Possess no firearms or weapons. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set March 23rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. You also had a warrant for your arrest at a city court for a domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct case. It's a case from August 15th of 2025. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty, quashed a warrant. Hold on a second. Sorry?
Was there no purple sheet in the
Nope, just pink. Hold on a second.
Okay, so, Saviardi will be free holding.
I'll place a bond on the misdemeanor case just because he can see an attorney sooner. What's the date? March 18th?
Yeah, March 18th.
At 1:30 p.m. is his next court date in city court, and your city public defender will also be in touch with you soon. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor, what was the bond for the misdemeanor?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What was the bond for the misdemeanor?
$500.
Thank you.
What is your full name, please? I'm sorry, say your name again.
Virginia Rose Leach.
You had a warrant for your arrest for unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The alleged incident date was September 4th of 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant, enter pleas of not guilty. You have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to first hear from the prosecutor regarding her bond recommendation, then I'll hear from your attorney. Ms. Goodman.
Your Honor, the state is asking for the bond requested of the $1,100 with pretrial services bond posted. The defendant was previously released to pretrial service, failed to maintain contact. I do acknowledge there's a general delivery, but the fact that the defendant failed to maintain contact with pretrial service and failed to appear.
Defense counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services, Your Honor. Ms. Leach has no prior felony conviction and is currently not a violent offense. And as mentioned, the summons was sent to general delivery. She did not receive them. They were actually returned, and now that she's aware of them and she has an address that was verified thanks to her ID, she can take care of that in person if she's given a chance. And lastly, pretrial services noted that she needs assessment for mental and substance abuse, and this will be easier for her to get if she's out of custody.
Ms. Leach, it looks like you didn't stay in touch with pretrial services, even if they didn't have a good address for you. Your bond is set at $1,000. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your arraignment date is set March 18th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. What is your full name, please?
Sarah Letter.
You are been arrested and accused of the crimes of unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing date?
Ma'am.
I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to be in possession of any alcohol. Don't take any alcohol. Don't take any illegal drugs. Do not be in possession of any illegal drugs. Your first hearing is called a STEPS hearing. It's set for next week, March 18, 2026 at 9 a.m. You must be present for this hearing. If you're not present, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you may no longer be eligible for the special diversion program. Defense counsel, you're waiving time limits for the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary hearing is set April 27, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Ms. Medart, make sure you're staying in touch with pretrial services and your attorney. You are
ma'am.
excused. Thank you.
Jeffrey, right?
Yeah. All right.
What is your full name, sir?
Jeffrey Ray Nugent.
Mr. Nugent, it looks like you were arrested for unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The state has made a decision at this time to dismiss your case without prejudice. I am dismissing without. You'll be released on the felony drug charges. You also had several warrants for your arrest out of city court on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cases. Actually, 7 cases involving drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass charges. And then your 8th case involves a criminal damage charge from March 9th of 2026. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty, quash those warrants, hold you on a bond of $1,000. City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your next hearing date in city courts, March 19th, 2026 at 1:45 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. You are excused. What is your full name, please?
Jeremiah Emmanuel Reed.
You're charged with unlawful possession of marijuana, transporting marijuana over 2 pounds. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. The alleged incident date was from January 17, 2026. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding her bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Ms. Goodman.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $10,000 bond with pretrial service based on the inherent nature involving the transportation and how that entailed on this case. also considering the amount.
Defense counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services, Your Honor. He was noted as a level 1 nonviolent. He has 0 prior felony conviction, 0 prior failure to appear, and is currently not a violent conviction. And also, he has a verified address thanks to his ID.
Mr. Reed, your bond is set at $2,500. It's secured. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. March 23rd, 2026 at 1:30 is your preliminary hearing. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you. What is your full name, please? You are, let's see, hold on. You are charged with unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of, hold on a second. He was STEPS eligible. Ms. Goodman, he's not STEPS eligible?
No, Your Honor, there's some disqualifiers.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're charged with unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. You do have a Department of Corrections hold on you. Ms. Goodman, your bond recommendation? I'm sorry, we can't hear you, Ms. Goodman. I'm not sure what's happening.
My apologies, Your Honor. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Oh, thank you. My apologies, Your Honor. But the state is recommending a $5,000 bond with pretrial service based on the defendant's criminal history and new offense while on parole.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, we are asking for a nominal bond for time credit for Mr. Rivera, also due to his indigent status and the hold.
Mr. Rivera, your bond set at $2,000. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set March 23rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Please.
I have ammonia, nigga. I live right here. Don't talk. Okay? No one's you a judge. Nothing, man.
What is your full name, sir?
It's Danny Simonian.
You're charged with disorderly conduct involving a dangerous instrument and third-degree burglary. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. Let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding her bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Ms. Goodman.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $10,000 bond with pretrial service. There are multiple victims listed. The defendant does have older priors. Nonetheless, he does have 4 prior convictions. And just the nature of the offense, there'll be a concern for the risk to the community.
Defense counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for release to pretrial services, Your Honor. It's currently not a violent offense. He also has an address that was verified thanks to his ID. And his priors are very old, from 1998. And if Your Honor is not inclined, we're asking for low bond due to indigent status.
Bond is set at $10,000 due to the alleged prior felony arrest and conviction history. No contact with the alleged victims. Don't go back to that store location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent him. Possess no firearms or weapons. March 23rd, 2026 at 1:30 is a preliminary hearing. Thank you.
Always respect that.
I do it from time to time, but I don't make it happen.
This is my day off. I can't get more bishop and I'm more third. Well, I'm trying to move.
Yeah, you trying to.
I'm trying to leave this apartment and get into a house.
I hear you. You guys are. Well, it's a bill. What you can do. Yes, sir.
Well, I have an interest on buying a house. I'm just trying to rent one.
I got a house I've had 3, but that's being on the earth for a longer period of time.
All right.
Good evening, you may be seated. This is the time set for the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 11th, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. In the event that there are any alleged victims either watching or listening remotely, I am going to provide the victim rights advisement at this time. If you are the victim of a crime with the case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, includes the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing your loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victim rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. I am Commissioner Dyer, and before we get started, I am going to explain to you all how we will be proceeding this evening. First, I'm going to call each of you up to the podium one by one. I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then tell you why you were here and whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I will then let you know what your upcoming court dates will be, as well as what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond. And lastly, I will let you know what your release conditions are. Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement. I just ask that you hold your questions until I complete the advisement. Once I'm done, you will have the opportunity to ask any questions you might have regarding your release conditions. You are cautioned against making any statements about your case. This is a recorded proceeding, and anything that you say here could be used against you. Any questions or concerns that you have about your case should be directed towards your attorney. The first person that I'm calling to the podium is Philip Tanner. And then Dean Anderson, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Philip Francisco Tanner, 7791.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Pinal County Superior Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 16th at 8:30. Your warrant indicates that you are not bondable due to the nature of the offense as a violation of probation. Under Rule 7.2, that appears to the court that there is a reasonable likelihood that you are facing a period of incarceration, and that's why the warrant is ordering that you are to be held without bond at this time. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't have a question really. I just I signed a plea yesterday.
So this is, you signed a plea probably here in Maricopa County, but this warrant is out of Pinal County. So you still have to take care of this matter for Pinal County.
I've been 4.5 years already on this case.
I can't speak to that.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that this warrant is from Pinal County. I just have a warrant. I don't have any access to any of your records in Pinal County. So all I have is a warrant that was issued that indicates that you were, and this warrant was issued on, it looks like this warrant was issued on March 9th of this year.
Okay.
So do you have any other questions? Okay.
I'm sorry, is it going to affect it obviously is going to affect my plea that I signed yesterday, right? Or is it?
Well, you signed a plea. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm not even looking at your case that you've signed your plea on, so I don't know if you're scheduled for, sentencing or anything on that, or did you just take a plea?
Yeah,
Have you been sentenced?
Yeah, I get sentenced at dispo and sentencing on 4/10.
Okay, so that case is still going. You probably need to take care of this case, and that's what's going to happen. You will be seen on this matter on March 16th at 8:30. So you'll be seen on this one before your court date for the matter that you had yesterday.
Okay, would I be going to Pinal or would I be coming?
They will be coming to get you.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you for your time.
No worries. If you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Anderson, will you please come to the podium? And Vanessa Encinas, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
My name is Dane Anderson, born April 10th, 1997.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with one count of aggravated assault against a healthcare professional, a Class 6 felony. The date of this alleged offense is November 24th of 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. The bond for this matter is a secured appearance bond for $5,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bonds could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. You have a question?
So I'm in trade school. I just started about 4 weeks ago, and it's like a $26,000 program, and I've been struggling with homelessness and not having a job, and I'm trying so hard to to make something of myself, and I'm worried I'm going to fail out of trade school right now. I'm going to UEI college, and I thought I guess I didn't understand what motion to quash a warrant was. Anyways, I was just wondering if there's anything that I could do in that regard, because...
So you did file a motion to quash, or somebody did. Let's see. It looks like you filed it.
Yeah.
But the judge did not rule on it yet. So that's the reason why the warrant is still active. Do you have any other questions?
I was just wondering, am I going to have to fail out of trade school? There's nothing that I can do.
I can't speak to, sir, I'm going to speak to each of your issues one by one, okay? So what my job here today is that I have to consider a lot of factors, right? And I do take into consideration the information that you shared with me, but I have to take into consideration a lot of factors here. So this was a warrant that was issued by a judicial officer who received information regarding what you were charged with. Based upon that information, that judicial officer issued a warrant.
Right.
And on that warrant, there was a secured appearance for $5,000 based on that information.
I had missed my court date.
So there was no court date. It doesn't look like there was a court date.
No,
Hold on one second. Let me make sure I'm telling you something correctly. So the direct complaint was filed. Yes, okay, so a summons went out, and it looks like the mail was returned, and so yes, so you did miss your court date because the mail that would have given you notice of it was returned.
Yes.
Based on that,
Do you take control of that file for release?
this amended entry was issued just confirming the warrant, but when the direct complaint was signed, I believe that a warrant was attached with that. Hold on a second, let me review everything. I just may have a moment. Okay, so when you did not appear for your court date, this warrant was issued for the bond in the amount of $5,000. So you did not appear for a court date. You were also indicating to me that you do experience periods of homelessness, and so one of the things, the reason why we issue bonds is that there's concerns that you will not appear for court, and also the offense which you were charged with is a violent offense, so involving a victim. So just kind of looking at some of these factors very quickly, this is the bond. You will have your court date. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. You'll have court on Tuesday of next week. Your attorney should meet with you either on or before the 17th. And if your attorney is able to meet with you before that time, that attorney can file motions and be able to give more detailed information on why your bond should be modified. But right now, based on the limited information that I have right now, I do have to affirm that bond.
Okay.
So if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Cecinas, will you please come to the podium? And Jonathan Stevenson, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Ms. Cecinas, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Vanessa Encinas, 9487.
Thank you. Mr. Reed, would you please announce for the record?
Good evening, Your Honor. Aaron Reed, appearing on behalf of Ms. Encinas. She's present in custody.
Thank you. And Ms. Stetson?
Yes, Your Honor. Good evening, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state. I apologize. There's something going on with my camera. That's why I'm not appearing on camera.
Okay. Ms. Encinas, you are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. I do note that Mr. Reed has submitted has filed a notice of appearance, so you do have counsel representing you at this time. Mr. Reed, typically, this is a warrant that was issued because your client failed to appear on very serious charges, and they look like they've been pending for a while. The warrant has indicated that a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. So I'm going to first start with Ms. Dutton to hear whatever argument she'd like to make at this time, and then Mr. Reed, I will hear from you.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state is asking that the bond be affirmed. In the state's review of the information, it does appear that this may be the second warrant that's been issued on this matter. As Your Honor stated, this case has been going on for several years at this point, Your Honor. It looks like it was initially filed in 2023, and it was out warrant for a period of time, Your Honor. Also, worth noting is the suspect is currently on federal probation for a possession of controlled substances. It does look like that occurred while while this case was pending. The state did look at the Bureau of Prison website to see if she had ever been in federal prison, and that's why she didn't appear. Based on the information that the state could ascertain, it does not appear that she was in custody, federal custody, and that's why she didn't appear. So based on the information, Your Honor, that the state could find, as well as allegations, the state is asking that the bond be affirmed. Thank you.
Mr. Reed?
And Judge, I did see the warrant that had the $5,000 cash bond on it. I at this point, given the limited nature, limited understanding of what's going on, it does appear that these are drug cases, drug offenses. I would ask the court to take that into consideration as far as lack of a victim. I know she does currently reside in New Mexico. She's living there. Her family is there. I've been in contact with her family over the last couple of weeks while she's been in Bernalillo County Jail awaiting extradition. They hired me right away as soon as she got picked up, and it's her goal to put this case behind her, either through trial or through a resolution short of trial. I think she wants to move on and finally turn the corner on this case. I think it is a 2023 case, so it is a little older. So I'd ask the court to consider a $2,500 cash-only bond, Judge. Thank you.
At this time, I'm really not inclined, just based on the limited information that I have, and in reviewing the Form 4, it looks like this is the second warrant that was issued, and I do also note that Ms. Cecinas was extradited from another state. So just on its face, it looks like your client appears to be a flight risk, and it appears to me that this bond was set by the assigned judicial officer, and that judge has more information regarding the facts and circumstances of this matter than I do. So I'm not inclined to deviate from the bond that is reflected on the warrant. So I am going to affirm the cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. Mrs. Zenas, please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Mr. Reed, was there anything else you wanted to be heard on at this time?
No, Judge. Is there another court date pending at this time?
This is the date that was provided to us. We don't deviate from the court dates that are provided to us. If you would like to change it, then I think you would need to change it with the assigned division.
Yeah, I don't have the next court date. That's all.
We will email you a copy of the release order that has the court dates on it.
Perfect. That's all I'm asking. Thank you.
Okay, sure. And Ms. Jackson, was there anything else you wanted to be heard on?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, so this matter is concluded. If either councils are not, there's nothing further from either council, you must both may be excused at this time as well. You'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
Thank you. Jonathan Stevenson, will you please come to the podium? And Ronald French, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jonathan Ray Stevenson, 1991, April 3rd.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is September 10th of 2023. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. Your direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. I do note that you are in DOC custody, so please be advised that the payment of the bond will not secure your release. However, the imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time being served in DOC while you're in custody of the Sheriff's Office. You'll remain in custody of the Sheriff's Office until this matter is resolved, and then you'll be returned to DOC. This takes care of everything I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Amen.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Mr. French, will you please come to the podium? And Javon Hernandez, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
It's Ronald French, 7/1973.
Thank you. You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bonds, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Do you have any questions for me?
What does it mean? So am I being released right now, or?
No, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000.
So what does that mean?
So in order to be released, you have to pay 10% of the $1,000 plus collateral in order to secure your release. If you're not able to post bond, you'll remain in custody until March 18th.
Okay, so if I pay the 10% of the $1,000, I can be released?
That's 10% plus collateral to secure your release. If you're not able to post collateral, then it will be $1,000 to secure your release.
Okay, yeah, because I have to get to work.
Sir,
So-
that's really not my concern right now. I will let you know that I reviewed the information of why you were, why probation arrested you today. And so I think that based on what I reviewed, as well as your notes, I think you need to be concerned about being compliant with your probation as well as work, especially when it comes to no victim contact.
I know, I
Don't say anything else. I'm just letting you know that these are the reasons that I reviewed. And so that's why you have the bond in the amount that you have.
Okay.
Okay? So if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Hernandez, will you please come to the podium? And Nikolai Sandoval, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door?
Good evening, Your Honor.
Hello, can you please tell me your first and last name and your
Joe
date of birth?
Vaughn Hernandez, August 5th, 2001.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have an arraignment hearing on March 18th at 1 p.m. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with the terms of those orders. You may not reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Is there any way that you can get the bond down a little bit, if not, it's okay.
I'm not
I mean,
inclined to do that based on the, there's a probable cause statement that I review.
Yeah.
And in that probable cause statement, it tells me information about the alleged facts that resulted in you being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And in that form, it alleged that a one-year-old child witnessed what happened or was present when this happened. That
I get
there's
it.
concern.
No need to go further. I understand.
Okay.
I just had to
So
ask.
that's why I'm just letting you know that's
I
why
understand.
I believe that a bond is appropriate because I'm very, very concerned about safety.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer, we'll give you your paperwork. Mr. Sandoval, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Gibson, will you have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nikolai Sandoval, 1988.
You are here today on a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Oh, I'm so sorry, you have another warrant. You also have a warrant out of Maryville Justice Court. I appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. You have an arraignment hearing on March 16th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. So your total bond between the two cases is $800.
Is there a way I can get the bond lower? I've been in detox and rehab, so I think I'm trying to know exactly what how I violated my probation.
Well, according to the petition that was filed, you violated your probation when you had contact that you committed you have a term 1 violation resulting out of a DUI arrest on January 14th, 2026, that you did not report to probation within 72 hours of your release from that arrest, and that you had not reported to probation since December 10th of 2025. Also, a term 4 violation that you are not participating or cooperating in your substance abuse treatment, that you're not drug testing, and that your whereabouts have been unknown for since December 10th. Those are just some of the things. So those are some of the reasons for the petition to revoke your probation.
Yeah, like I said, I've been in and out of detox. I've been in the Magyar up north.
But you were not in detox in January when you were arrested on DUI, and you were told to contact your probation officer, and you didn't, and you had not been in contact with your probation officer since December 10th.
I know I should have been in contact with her. I know I've just been trying to get
this is the judge who heard all the information. This is the bond that they issued. I'm just letting you know what it is. I will tell you that I appreciate that you are dealing with substance abuse issues. I will say that if you're trying to get sober, when you have legal issues hanging over your head and you're worried about getting arrested every 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure that does not help you maintain your sobriety. So I think the first thing you need to do is get your legal issues resolved so that that's one thing that you don't have to worry about. Then when you're going to get treatment, you know that you're getting your treatment, you know that you're in compliance with what you need to do, and you're not worrying about getting arrested. So I think you just have to take things one step at a time. So this is your first step. You're going to take care of your legal issues.
Okay.
All right. So if you have no other questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
So there's no way to get the bond lower?
I already answered that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Gibson, will you please come to the podium? And Dakota Goldman, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Yes, wait, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Charles C. Gibson, 53068.
You are here today because you have a warrant that was issued when you failed to appear for, you have two warrants that were issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in both matters. You'll have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30 for one of your matters, and that warrant has a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $50. Your other matter, you have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30, and that warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you must appear at your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bonds that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer. We'll give you your paperwork.
Over here, bud.
Mr. Goldman, will you please come to the podium? And Ricky Taylor, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Dakota Goldman, 42188.
You are here today because you have 3 probation violation warrants, and then you have a warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court. So I'm going to first talk about your probation violation matters. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your first warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Your second warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And your third warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Then your warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on March 16th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. As to your probation violation matters, I am aware that you're in DOC custody, so the payment of your bond will not secure your release. However, the imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time being served in DOC. You will remain in the custody of the jail until these matters are resolved. Once they're resolved, you'll return to DOC custody. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Taylor, will you please come to the podium? And Kimari Burton, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Ricky Ray Taylor, 9960.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, driving with a license that has been suspended for previous DUI, a Class 4 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is May 28th, 2023. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. It is essentially a placeholder bond. I am aware that you are in DOC custody right now. The imposition of the bond will allow you to continue to accrue credit towards your time that you are serving in DOC right now. The payment of the bond will not secure your release. You will remain in the custody of the sheriff's office until this matter is resolved, and then you'll return to DOC custody.
Did you say that there was 2?
That's what the direct complaint says, that there's 2 counts.
How can you get 2 counts on one?
Well, because it could depend on if one is for drugs and the other one is for alcohol, or if there's multiple, there's different reasons why you can have 2 counts arising out of the same event.
All right.
Okay, but I'm not, I don't know what that is because I didn't charge it.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Burton, will you please come to the podium? Hello, ma'am. Can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
My name is Kimari Burton, birthday 8/10/2001.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a Class 3 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to those charges. Due to the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You will have an arraignment hearing on March 31st at 2 p.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. That means I'll release you today without bond back into the community, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
I promise to appear.
You have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with the terms of those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. So failing to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
What if the victim contacts me? I just don't contact
You cannot have any contact. Even if the victim contacts you first, you cannot have contact with the victim.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll please step to your left, officer, we'll give you your paperwork. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
Travis Dennison, April 29, 1996.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Your warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. If you're able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I did not. Your Honor.
Okay. If you'll please step to your left, officer, we'll give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Diana Cisco, date of birth, March 24th, 1974, is here on a probation violation warrant. She is not physically present in court because she is failing to follow orders. I did appoint an attorney to represent her in this matter. She will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30. Her warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If she's able to post bond, she cannot possess any weapons and she must appear for her court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that she posts. A warrant would issue for her arrest and additional bond could be imposed. I will meet with Ms. Cisco if any changes are needed. I will do so either on the record or in writing. Manuel Flores, date of birth, September 3rd, 1974, is here on a new case. He is not physically present in court due to combative behaviors. He was charged with one count of aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and one count of disobeying or resisting an order or mandate of the court, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He will have a status conference hearing on March 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 19th at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. If he is able to post bond, he will be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. He cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. He cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and he must comply with the order of protection. This is not, I have to fix this. He cannot possess any weapons, and he must comply with the order of protection that has been issued. And if there's an order against harassment that is subsequently issued, he must comply with the terms of that as well. He is also prohibited from living with the alleged victim. He will be prevented one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist him in getting his essential belongings. He will also be advised that if he violates the no victim contact order in this case, he could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. If he fails to comply with release conditions or fails to appear for his court date, the warrant will issue for his arrest. He will lose the bond that he has posted, and additional bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Flores. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 p.m.
please be seated. Have you ever seen that before? No. Okay. I'm going to restart that computer. Okay, thank you. Good morning. This is the 11 p.m. initial appearance hearing calendar for March 11th, 2026. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this hearing is for a very specific purpose. So you were told, and hopefully you understand, that I will explain to you if an attorney will be appointed for you. I will explain to you when and where your next court hearing might be. I will also explain what your release conditions are and if any bond amount is required for you. I will not read all your release conditions to each of you, but I may point out a few depending on your case. So you're all here today on criminal matters, and that means that you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you, and this hearing is being recorded as well as being broadcast live. I will read the victim rights advisement because there might be victims watching as well. So one side is working. I think it's a monitor issue. Okay. After I read the victim rights advisement, we'll begin with your hearing. And I apologize if this looks a little disconcerted, but as you can see, we have some technical issues, but we can still proceed. All right. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. So we'll now begin the hearings. I'll call you in one at a time. When it's your turn, please come to the center of the room, stand at the podium, and speak into the microphone. I will call a second person's name. That person, please have a seat in the chair right there by the door. We will move pretty quickly through these hearings, and all the information I'm about to provide you is on the written document that you'll be handed as you leave the hearing room. So you can review all of that, your attorney's information, date, time, place of your next hearing. I may need to pause the hearing on occasion, not just for technical difficulties, but also because of warrants. I do handle those now at the same time, overnight. So if that happens, just remain seated and wait for me to call you into the hearing room, and that way we can stay very organized. All right, the first person whose hearing we'll see today is Brian Polson. Please come to the podium in the center of the room, and then after that will be Arian January. Please have a seat by the door. Thank you for your patience, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Brian Mark Polso, 7991.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because of, looks like you have a probation violation warrant, and actually you have two of them. So on your one case from 2024, it is alleged that you violated term 15. An attorney has been appointed for you, and for both your cases, your next hearing is March 18 to 8:30 in the morning. On your 2024 case, it carries a $350 bond with your normal release conditions and restrictions. So what you have for your probation terms, call your probation officer, go to your hearing. But on your other case, because of the underlying nature of your probation and the new allegation of the term 15, you're not eligible for release under the Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2C. So you are going to be held without bond until that hearing on March 18th, and the probation judge may make a different finding at that time. So you'll get two sets of paperwork. One will show a bond, one will show no bond. Don't pay the bond because you're not going to be released. I just want to make sure that's understood. Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Arian January, please come to the podium. And then after that will be Darius Spotsville. Okay, and for Mr. January's case, the state, I believe, is going to appear as well.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is present.
Thank you very much. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Here January to August 3rd, 2007.
Thank you, sir. Let me turn that up. Okay, there we go. So here you are today because of a grand jury warrant that was issued against you for allegations that happened on February 8th of 2026. And then I was hoping from the state, would you be able to explain, because it appears that two of the three allegations are already in a prior case that's ongoing.
And Your Honor, the state is not aware. Obviously, this is a grand jury warrant, so the state does not have information on that. The state, let me see what I can find out regarding the other cases.
So I can give you the cause number. It's CR 2026-106270-001. And it appears that two of these three allegations from the grand jury were already presented to the defendant and he has a case ongoing. Now there is a grand jury warrant that has three allegations. The new one is armed robbery with a deadly weapon, which is a class 3 felony. So on March 10th, just yesterday, the grand jury found probable cause on that third allegation. But I just wanted to check with the state what their position was about your other ongoing case that appears to have the same offense date. And that's why I've asked them to appear.
Yes, Your Honor. And the state, given that this is a grand jury warrant, the state doesn't know if the state or the assigned prosecutor on the case anticipates dismissing the charge that is currently pending now that the grand jury case has been that the warrant's been served on the grand jury case. Like the state said, the state really does not have a whole lot of information given the fact that this is a grand jury case. Based on prior experience, Your Honor, the state would gather that the assigned prosecutor may have went to grand jury to add additional charges, and then they will potentially dismiss the initial murder in the first degree charge with the grand jury case, but the state really can't speculate on that.
Okay, thank you. All right, so unfortunately we're not getting the answers that I was hoping to be able to provide you with. However, in your release order, it does note your other case as well. You have an attorney in your other case, I believe, but I am appointing you another one just in case. Your next hearing date will be March 18 to 8:30 in the morning. This carries the same exact release conditions as your other case because as far as I could tell, they are based on the same offense. So it still has the $1 million cash only bond with the release conditions of electronic monitoring. If If the next judge who sees you sees that you have now 2 cases based on the same offenses, they should be able to sort this out, and that's why I made sure to include that case number in this release order too, so they will see that going forward, because you shouldn't have 2 cases on the same offenses. So that should get sorted out down the road, but I haven't imposed any additional release requirements on you because it does appear to be the same thing as before. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information. It will all be written out on your documents. You will have your attorney's phone number on the document too, so if you want to call and ask them your questions, you are welcome to do that. Okay, please take your documents, sir. Darius Spotsville, please come to the podium. Cynthia Telez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Darius Ronell Spotsville Jr., September 1st, 1993.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a grand jury warrant alleging that in October of 2025 you may have committed murder in the 2nd degree, which is a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault with a weapon, which is a Class 3 felony, that you had a weapon and you're prohibited from having one, that's a Class 4 felony, and then you may have discharged a firearm in the city limits, which is a Class 6 felony. So the grand jury found probable cause and issued a warrant for your arrest. This court is appointing an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on March 18th at 8:30 in the morning, and the grand jury set the bond at $150,000. So that is a secured appearance bond. This court is going to affirm it. If you're able to post it, you would have electronic monitoring, and you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim witnesses or complainants. If an order against protection is issued against you, be sure to comply with that. If you're not able to post the bond, sir, you will stay in custody and you'll be transported to your next hearing. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Cynthia Telez, please come to the podium. Derek Anderson, have a seat by the door. I know. Yep. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Cynthia Renee Paez, September 9th, 1992.
Thank you, and I apologize for saying your name incorrectly.
It's okay.
You're here on a new case. It's alleged that you may have committed armed robbery with a deadly weapon. That's a Class 2 felony, aggravated robbery, which is a Class 3 felony, and then theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is March 17th at 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. You are still eligible for release. It is under a secured appearance bond of $100,000 with an electronic monitoring device. If you're able to post that bond, do not return to the scene of the alleged incident or have any contact with the alleged victim witnesses or possible co-defendants. If you're not able to post the bond, that no victim and no co-defendant contact order is still in place if you are in custody, and you'd stay in custody until your next hearing on March 19th. Please take your paperwork, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Derek Anderson, please come to the podium. Owen Garcia, have a seat by the door. Good evening, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Derek Anderson, 4396.
Thank you, sir. So you're here today on a fugitive of justice warrant out of Texas, and normally you'd have an opportunity to make a choice between waiving or not waiving your extradition hearing, but this court is not going to offer you that choice right now because you have other Arizona cases pending. And so because the 30 days that's mentioned in that placard wouldn't even start till your other Arizona cases are finished, it doesn't make sense to allow you to waive. So you will have a hearing on March 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's the extradition hearing. It's a civil hearing, so I cannot appoint an attorney for you, but you can hire one yourself or represent yourself. At that civil extradition hearing, they will determine if a governor's warrant should be issued for your arrest, and the governors of Texas and Arizona will have up to 90 days to sign that warrant. You are eligible for bond under this warrant, and it is a $100,000 secured appearance bond that was from Gillespie, Texas. If you're able to post that bond and your other Arizona bonds, make sure you go to your hearings as assigned. If you're not able to go to your hearings, they will issue warrants for your arrest. If you can't pay your bonds, you'll stay in custody and be transported to each of these hearings. Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you, sir. Owen Garcia, please come to the podium. Anthony Contessa, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Owen Garcia, 21180.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a grand jury warrant alleging that in May of 2025, you may have had narcotic and dangerous drugs in your possession for sale. Those are both Class 2 felonies. So an attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on March 18th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release. The grand jury sets a bond at $25,000 secured. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you follow your normal terms and conditions. It looks like you're on probation, sir. So call your probation officer and do your normal terms of probation. Go to your hearing. If you're not able to post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing.
Okay.
Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Anthony Contessa, please come to the podium. Savannah Taylor, have a seat by the door. And counsel for the state, before you announce, and may I just ask, did you have new information that you could provide on this one, this grand jury one?
No, Your Honor, the state was looking through the charge that's already been filed, not the grand jury case. Again, Your Honor, this is the grand jury case. The state doesn't have any information regarding that, but I did try to see if there was any notes in the case, the child case, and as of right now, I can't find anything, Your Honor.
Okay, I appreciate your efforts. You do not need to appear then. I appreciate that, though. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please say your name and your date of birth.
Anthony Contessa, 11287.
Thank you, sir. So you're here today on a grand jury warrant from August of 2025. The warrant was actually issued yesterday on March 10th, but the offense date is August of 2025, and it is alleging aggravated domestic violence, Class 5 felony, aggravated harassment, Class 6 felony, and then a different type of aggravated harassment violation of an order of protection, Class 5 felony. So this court's not able to see the underlying documents. This is a warrant issued by the grand jury. What I did go look at was the other case that appeared to be pending with the same offense date and the same allegations, and you seem pretty far along in it, which is why I asked the counsel for state to appear, because I was surprised that there would be an indictment on this from the grand jury. So what I have done is I've appointed you a new attorney. I understand you were representing yourself for a while, but I have appointed you a new attorney on this one. And your next hearing is March 18th, 8:30 in the morning. And then I have repeated the same release conditions as before with a $25,000 cash-only bond.
Okay, I have an attorney on that case. You're talking about the CR 2025-138-044.
So you do have, okay, yep, that's the one I am talking about.
I have an attorney on that one, and then I have a post-conviction relief going on a 2024 case. And then okay, so I'll wait to get the indictment, the supervening indictment, in the next 7 days to see what these charges are.
I believe they'll be the same, and so I am happy to hear that you already engaged counsel. I might have misremembered that the other individual had gone pro se, but I wanted to make sure everyone had counsel in this case, especially because it appears to have the same offense dates, and I have noted that in your release order, that this appears to be the same offense dates for an ongoing case that you're quite far along in your litigation.
Yeah, I think we're towards a month away from trial.
Right. So you have the exact same release conditions as before, and I hope you're able to get this worked out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, please take your paperwork. Savannah Taylor, please come to the podium. Angela Ritchie, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Savannah Taylor, February 17th, 1998.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here on an out-of-county warrant, and it is from Yavapai County. So they issued a warrant for your arrest. It's from 2018, but they really want you back. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is at the Yavapai County Superior Court on March 16th. That's at 8:30 in the morning. They did issue a cash-only appearance bond of $20,000. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you go down to Yavapai County and get this taken care of. If you're not able to post the bond, you will spend the weekend with us, and you'll be taken to Yavapai County on the 16th.
Okay.
All right, please take your paperwork, ma'am. Angela Ritchie, please come to the podium. Devin Pellerin, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth. Angela Ritchie, 31878. Thank you, ma'am. So you're here today on an out-of-county warrant from Pinal County. And this appears to be from an offense back in June of last year. An attorney will be appointed for you at your hearing down on Pioneer Justice Court, March 16th at 8:30 in the morning. It is a cash-only appearance bond of $1,774. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you go to Pinal Justice Court. If you're not able to, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. Okay. All right. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Okay. Devin Pellerin, please come to the podium. After that will be Edie Benetti. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Devin Pellerin, 102485.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case, and your case is alleging criminal damage, which is a Class 5 felony, as well as disorderly conduct and fighting, which is a misdemeanor. An attorney has not been appointed for you because you indicated you plan to hire your own. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on March 17th at 8:30 in the morning. This court did consider the victim impact statement that was submitted, as well as the law enforcement report, and there are about 15 factors that need to be considered when setting bond and release eligibility, and they were considered. So you do have a secured appearance bond of $5,000.
Okay.
If you're able to post that bond, it's important you know you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. You may not possess weapons or consume any alcohol. And because that is your residence, a civil standby order has been included, which means you may call law enforcement to escort you one time to get necessary things like medication, identification, or clothing you might need between now and your hearing date. You also have children in common, and so you may make arrangements through a third party to still have parenting time while this case is ongoing. Unless an order of protection names the children, they are not included in the no victim contact order. So to be very clear though, this no victim contact order applies whether you're in or out of custody. But if you are out of custody and you were to have victim contact, it might be considered another Class 6 felony, aggravated harassment, and you would no longer be eligible for bond.
Okay.
Okay. Please take your paperwork, sir. Eddie Benetti, please come to the podium. Donald Kramer, have a seat by the door. And I have said your name wrong, I know it. Please say your name and date of birth.
Eddie Benitez,
Okay. And your birthday, sir.
January 3rd, 1981.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a grand jury warrant alleging narcotic use or drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony from July of last year. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is March 18th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. And the grand jury did set the bond at $2,500, but that is secured. You can use a bonding company. If you are not able to post your bond, you'll be held in custody and transported to your hearing. If you are able to post your bond, just make sure you go to your hearing or they'll issue a higher warrant bond next time.
So, I'm pretty sure I could post the bond.
Okay, then make sure you go to your hearing, sir.
Okay.
That's your next step. Please take your paperwork, sir.
Wow.
Donald Kramer, please come to the podium. Joshua Croker, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Donald Kramer, September 11th, 1986.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 3 matters. It appears that they are all probation violation warrants. So it is alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you in all 3 matters, and your next hearing is March 18th at 8:30 in the morning. They do carry varying bonds, but altogether it totaled out to $900. So if you can post your $900 secured appearance bond, make sure you go to your hearing, call your probation officer, follow your normal terms and conditions of probation. If you cannot post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to the hearing. Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Joshua Croker, please come to the podium. Valle Ulysses, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Joshua Craker,
December 13th, 1966.
Thank you, sir. You're here today also on a probation violation warrant. It's alleged you violated terms 4 and 15 of your probation. Normally with an underlying probation such as yours, you would be held non-bondable, but I did read through the APETS notes and it shows that you have frequent, regular check-ins with your probation officer as required, and it appears to be a willingness to change and be in compliance with your probation term. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is March 18th at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm going to affirm the $550 secured appearance bond, so you are still eligible for release today. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported there. But if you are able to post your bond, just make sure you keep following the terms and conditions that you're trying to do now and go to your hearing. Okay? Please.
I can't necessarily post my bond, but I was wondering if I could make a medical request.
So they handle the medical in here in the facility?
They did, and I came in here with high blood pressure, and I used to have psoriasis.
Okay.
And I have a lot of medication at home and lotions at home
Right.
that need, and I'm in constant pain here. And I went to the hospital today to be checked out, and for about 5 hours this afternoon, until they finally gave me some medication to lower my blood pressure.
And I did note that you were concerned about whether or not you'd be accepted.
And I have been very willing to, and
Yeah.
showed up for our meetings and went through the 2 sessions of the alcohol rehab, which I successfully completed.
Right. So, sir,
if it's
instead of
possible,
holding
my own recognizance at all.
Not today, sir. And the reason is because you have been accepted by medical. I do understand you have issues and complications that need to be addressed. They should be able to help you here in our facility. That is something that should be able to happen. If you're not able to post your bond, you will be taken over to a jail while you wait for your hearing on March 18th, and they should be able to provide you medical assistance there as well.
So I'm stuck here to the 18th,
Unless you post your bond. Yes, sir.
which is 500 something.
It is, today's the 11th, so it's next Wednesday. It's 550, I'm sorry. 550 is your bond. Yeah,
All
okay.
right.
Please
Now,
take your paperwork.
contacting my attorney's going to contact me.
You can call them if you'd like. Their phone number is on your paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Valle Ulysses, please come to the podium. Amber Ecker, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ulysses Valle, April 15, 1993.
Thank you, sir. Is your first name Ulysses?
Yes.
Okay, so we might have this wrong. Okay. All right. I have updated our system. I don't know if it will carry through, but for this evening, it is now up to date. You are here today on an out-of-county warrant. It is from Yavapai County, and it is from allegations in 2024. An attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing, and that will be March 16th at the Verde Valley Justice Court. The Yavapai County bond is $500 secured, so you can use a bonding company. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you take yourself down to Yavapai County to that Verde Valley Justice Court. If you are not able to post the bond, you will stay in custody and be transported there. Please take your paperwork, sir. Amber Ecker, please come to the podium. Rudy Espinoza, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Amber Jean Ecker, 4202.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one's a new case alleging theft of means of transportation. That's a Class 3 felony. An attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on March 26th at 8:30 in the morning. You do have a probation case, though, as well. And on your probation case, it is alleging that you violated terms 3, 5, and 13 of your terms and conditions. So an attorney has been appointed for you, and your next hearing in probation is March 18th, so that's sooner at 8:30 in the morning. You do have a $100 bond on your probation case. So if you're able to post that, make sure you go to both your hearings, the March 18th one, and then your new matter, which is over on March 26th. Make sure you call your probation officer, let them know that you've had this interaction and what your hearing dates are. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody until your probation hearing. But then after that time, hopefully you'll be released. I've included a note for the probation judge so they see that you have this other new case. I don't know what they'll do. So if you're still in custody, make sure you let your attorney know that you're still in custody for that later hearing date. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please take your paperwork, ma'am.
Thank you. So if I'm able to post the $100 bond, will be released?
You would be eligible for release, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Rudy Espinosa, please come to the podium. Jalone Coleman, have a seat by the door. Jalone. Please say your name and date of birth.
Rudy Espinosa, 2578.
You are being recorded. I don't know if you want to appear this way. Okay, just so you look your best here. So you're here today on a probation violation warrant. It's alleged that you violated term 11 and 12. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, March 18th at 8:30 in the morning. You have a $100 secured appearance bond on that warrant, and you have your regular terms and conditions. I did note that you were arrested in a stolen vehicle because I was hoping to be able to release you OR, but this allegation is not before the IA hearing at this time. So just so you know, that was in the notes, in your APETS notes.
I was arrested walking. I was nowhere near a vehicle.
Okay. You might want to talk to your attorney about that and find out what happened. So your attorney's phone number is on your paperwork because that was in there, okay? Just let them know. Yeah.
I was nowhere near a stolen vehicle. Matter of fact, it's my mom's vehicle that it was driving.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's not an allegation here today. It's just terms 11 and 12 from your probation case, but you might want to ask your attorney to look into that for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, please take your
the bond, I have 80 on my books. Can I use that?
It's secured, so possibly it's 100 total. That's what the warrant says.
Okay.
Okay. All right, please take your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Jalone Coleman, please come to the podium, and then Claudia Douglas, have a seat by the door. And I apologize, I'm sure I said your name wrong. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jalen Coleman,
Okay. And your birthday, sir.
March 21st, 1996.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here today on a justice court warrant. It's alleging assault, but this is all the way back from 2024. So it looks like it's at a University Lakes Justice Court. There will be an attorney appointed for you in the matter of bond only. So if you still want to fight the charges, you'll have to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Your next hearing is March 16th, 8:30 in the morning at University Lakes Justice Court. You've already been through here 2 times. You've seen the other commissioners, and they did not impose bond. So this time there will be a $100 bond. If you're able to post your bond, make sure you take yourself there to the Justice Court. If you're not able to post your bond, they will transport you to your hearing on Monday.
Speak on that matter.
Yes, you may.
With that matter, I don't know. I don't got nothing to say, really.
Okay.
I don't think it's fair at all because I didn't get a chance to go to court at all. So.
Were you incarcerated during that time?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So.
Do you have anything that you can tell me about that?
I've been incarcerated over something that happened about 10 months ago, and I haven't been able to make the court hearing. So that's.
Where were you incarcerated at?
LBJ. I'm at 4th Ave right now. So.
Okay. Are you currently in custody?
Yeah, I was getting released tomorrow. So.
You're getting released tomorrow. Okay. Are you sure you're getting released tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. I was getting released March 12th.
Okay. All right. In that case, if that's the reason why you weren't able to show up, that is one of the reasons that we can release you on your promise to go to the hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you've got to go, or they are going to issue another warrant for you that will be even more, right?
Ma'am, I want to get this situation out of. It's been 2 years, and it's something that's really petty, so.
Right. Okay. So let me go ahead and mark that down.
David, I can verify it.
Okay.
I just should log back on.
What I don't want to do is release you without bond and you don't leave custody and then you miss the hearing again. Because by having bond, they will have to transport you out to that hearing and then you won't get another FTA, failure to appear.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I'm concerned.
Also, I got another question too.
I may or may not be able to answer.
Where is University Lakes?
Oh,
I don't even know where that's at.
it's by ASU. I know that much.
Okay.
And the address, I think, is on the paperwork. Let me look and see. It is on the paperwork. It's on East Chicago Street in Chandler.
Okay.
So it's actually in Chandler.
All right.
Okay.
See, I went out there one time, and so we were so far deep into the case where they started doing the video court. I was doing the video court, and pretty much George was pretty much hinting at dismissing the case, and then I ended up getting arrested, and then it's like everything got restarted.
It did get restarted. I saw that, yeah.
That's what the crazy part is. Like, I thought when they arrested me, I'd be able to finish it, and then it got restarted again, and then.
Right. Without having the bond on your warrant, you won't get transported back and forth. So I appreciate that they're taking a look.
He's getting released to probation and he's getting released tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so if you're being released to probation, I'm going to add your regular probation terms. So 72 hours, make sure you call probation, let them know you have another hearing coming up.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
will have the Chandler, well, it's University Lakes Justice Court information on your paperwork. Make sure you get yourself out there once you are out of custody, because otherwise you'll be coming back.
I'm tired of coming back.
Okay, all right, good to hear.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right, so please take a seat, they'll print it out for you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and thank you so much for double checking, I appreciate that. Claudia Douglas, please come to the podium. Rogelio Vasquez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Claudia Douglas, 12/26/87.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It's alleging that you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on March 26th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for release under pretrial services today.
Okay.
Make sure you communicate with them. They're going to want to check in with you. And make sure you go to your next hearing or they will issue a warrant for your arrest. It does look like you are on parole.
Yes, ma'am.
And so if you are able to be released, I'm not sure if DOC is going to hold you or not, but if you are able to be released, call your parole officer and let them know about your upcoming court date.
Okay.
If they don't release you, call your attorney, whose phone number is on your paperwork, and let them know that you're not being released.
Okay.
All right, please take your
She's
paper.
gonna go off the DOC first.
Oh, she is?
She's
Okay.
got the DOC hold, so she'll go off the DOC.
Will the $50 bring her back? Because I don't want you to miss your hearing and get another warrant.
All right, I'm in the middle of doing movement.
No, it's fine. Some places they'll bring you back and some places they won't. So that's why I'm not sure.
She's got Phoenix Court later on in the morning to go to.
Okay.
And then that's what I don't understand is that the Phoenix one, I took care of when I was in DOC.
You'll have to talk to the Phoenix judge about that, and they do have court later. I think it's at 10 a.m., so you'll have to wait for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she has the DOC hold.
Okay.
And then I have a question. Why, it says that, some of my paperwork says I got in trouble in California.
I'm not aware of that. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm gonna give you a $50 bond after all. Because of your DST hold.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to miss another hearing like that individual right before you. Okay. This way, with the $50 bond, they should transport you to your hearing here, or at least be aware of it. It should flag them in the system that this is an issue. Okay. All right, if you'll just have a seat, please, they'll bring you your note in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you for double checking, I appreciate it. Rogelio Vasquez, please come to the podium, and after that will be John Montgomery. Have a seat by the door if he's here, if John Montgomery is here. Did he make it back?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, so did I.
No, it's okay.
Which one?
Mr. Montgomery, is he?
I haven't heard them come back yet. I mean,
Okay, then Jaron Tuffo will be our last person.
I'll call medical and see, because that's still one of go in there.
Okay. Thanks for your patience, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Rogelio Vasquez, 9/24/78.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a justice court warrant. It's alleged that you drove without a valid license. So this is not the first time. That looks like it is a warrant from 2023. So you don't have an attorney appointed for you at this point because of the way it's alleged as a misdemeanor. You can hire an attorney or you can represent yourself.
Okay.
Your next hearing is at the El Centro Justice Court. It'll be on March 26th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. Well, it is downtown, but it's El Centro Justice Court. You're going to be released today on your promise to go and get this taken care of.
Yes.
And the El Centro Justice Court phone number is on your paperwork as well. So call ahead, make sure you know what you need to do so they stop issuing warrants for you, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I was unaware of this one, ma'am.
Okay, please take your paperwork, sir.
Montgomery is in medical, he's returned.
He has returned. Okay, great. All right, we're going to pause for just one moment while I do a DUI warrant, and I'll call our last person. Commissioner Gentry, calling about your DUI warrant. Are you ready to start? Do you swear or affirm that the information you want to have is true and accurate? Okay, that's granted. It was actually. Okay, and then our last individual in person, Jaron Tuffo. Please come to the podium.
We're getting out.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
Zoning on you for a minute here.
Oh, it's okay. And then, and you said Mr. Montgomery was in the medical, so I'll see him
Yeah,
next.
he checked out the medical, yeah.
Okay.
So I have to go over there.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Tuffo, please say your name and date of birth.
Jaron Tufo, 08/22/98.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 3 cases. The first one is a new case, and it is alleging 2 counts of molestation of a child. That is a Class 2 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on March 17th at 8:30 in the morning, and on this new case, you do have a cash-only appearance bond of $100,000. If you're able to post that bond, you will have an electronic monitor, and you have release conditions. They include: do not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainant. Do not have any contact with any minor children. That does include your own. You are not to have weapons. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol, drugs without a prescription, or and you must obey any terms of an order of protection that might be issued. I do understand that you are on probation right now, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Your other 2 matters here today are your probation violation warrants, and because you have a new alleged criminal activity, that does trigger a Term 1 violation of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed for you in both those cases. Your next hearing is now March 18th, 8:30 in the morning, and each of those carry a $1,000 secured appearance bond. So altogether, you have $102,000 secured appearance bond. Excuse me, let me repeat that. $100,000 is cash. $2,000 is secured appearance bond. If you're able to post your bonds, follow your release conditions. If not, you will stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. And I do need to caution you that the no victim contact order does apply whether you are in or out of custody.
Understood.
Please take your paperwork, sir.
Your Honor, those allegations were from 3 years ago?
So that's the merits of the case, and today we discuss release conditions. If you want to discuss the merits of your case, please discuss them with your attorney and with the next judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we do have one individual remaining, and this is John Montgomery, and I believe the state was going to appear on this matter. We are going to see this person as a house call, but go ahead, Ms. Stetson, if you would like to make an appearance and any arguments on behalf of the state for this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is present for that case. For the record, Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
All right, so he's being seen here today because of a new case. It is alleged 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, which is a Class 2 felony. This court did find probable cause based on the law enforcement report. The state did review the state's recommendation on release conditions. Is there something you would like to add, Ms. Stetson?
No, Your Honor, the state is asking for a bond in the amount of $300,000 cash only with the written conditions outlined in the state's written recommendation. Your Honor, the state recognizes that the particularly high bond, however, Your Honor, in reviewing the suspect's criminal history, the state does believe that the suspect is a significant or even extreme danger to the community, Your Honor. He does have prior, where did his, he has a prior conviction for, the state believes, molestation of a child, as well as maybe a sexual contact with a minor. The state recognizes that from 1994, the state believes, Your Honor, he did serve significant time in the Arizona Department of Corrections. While he was on probation, he disclosed, or probation became aware that he had child sexual abuse material in his possession. He was charged with, the state believes, 5 counts of sexual abuse of a minor. For some reason, the state can't find out specifics of that case. It was dismissed. The state did see the dismissal order. And now in 2026, we are here. The suspect is was booked in on 10 counts of sexual abuse of sexual exploitation of a minor, Your Honor. Given the suspect's history, given the current charges, he, in the Form 4, did tell law enforcement that he knows he's going to prison for the rest of his life. He's looking at 10 years on each count to be served consecutively, Your Honor. So he is potentially looking at natural life sentence, given his age, Your Honor. The state does believe that, again, that he is a danger to the community. Specifically, he is a danger to minors in the community. So the state is asking for that $300,000 cash bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson, for your arguments. So this court did find that the defendant is a high risk of non-appearance, new criminal activity, and noncompliance with the release conditions, as well as a danger to the community, especially minors. So a cash-only appearance bond will be set for $200,000 with PSA supervision and electronic monitoring. If he were to be able to post his bond, he does have curfew restrictions. He will have the order not to have any contact with minors, with no exceptions, and also not to have internet contact or usage except for his pending legal case only. I will review this with Mr. Montgomery. He's at the medical area of the ITR right now, and it is not my intention to make any changes, but if there are changes, they will be reflected on the written order. Does the state have anything else to add for this matter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your time today. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The other matter that was on our hearing docket today I've actually already spoken with the individual at a medical facility, and this was Jerome Galloway, date of birth 1/26/1962. I spoke with him on the phone while he was receiving medical treatment. He was here because of 1 count of conspiracy to sell drugs, Class 2 felony, 2 counts of dangerous drugs, Class 2 felony, 1 count dangerous drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, 1 count possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of a weapon in a drug offense, also a Class 4 felony. He already has an attorney on this matter because he was actually at sentencing and then did not appear, and so he's being held under the Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2B, and he will have a status conference on this matter on March 17th at 8:30 in the morning. He is not eligible for release, and I did explain this to him, and he did say he understood. Those are all the matters that we have on the 11 p.m. initial appearance hearing calendar. At this time, it is in recess until 2 a.m.